Welcome to podcast number 285. Are you creating wonderful interaction spaces? Stay with us.
This is the Elevate Construction Podcast, delivering remarkable content for workers, leaders, and companies in construction wanting to take their next step. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone with Jason Schroeder as he encourages you to do better, live a remarkable life, and expect more. Let's go.
Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. I just really hope you're doing well. I appreciate what you're doing. I was thinking about it. I toasted my retirement and started this business, Elevate Construction, so I could help people, not primarily to make money, although the money's obviously nice. We got to support our families. And I was just thinking, when I'm out dealing with customers and we're making progress and I'm dealing with clients and I'm dealing with pain in the butt supers that are being stubborn, and I'm like, it just helps me to sit back and think, you know what? I'm here to help people. Man, these concepts that we're talking about are right. I'm not on trial here. It's all about us moving together. We're a team, we're a family. So I'm really hoping you're doing well. Those are my thoughts. Today we're going to talk about, how to increase your effectiveness through your interaction spaces. How can you have a remarkable environment to improve your systems, your team, everything about you? And so first, I'm going to go through a little bit of the introduction to the podcast here tonight. And I just want to say one little quick thought about communication. Every organization needs increased communication. Every organization needs to be better with it. Every organization needs to have increased proximity. Every organization needs to have a clear understanding of what winning looks like. And every organization needs to have intentional communication patterns, habits, and systems. And so it's funny, I will talk to people or teams or organizations, and they're like, yeah, communication really suffers. We really need help with communication. We're really struggling with communication. And then when I say, well, that takes integration, that takes proximity, that takes huddling, that takes taking the time to, actually communicate and do some of the hard things, they're like, whoa, no, we don't want to do that. That takes too much time. Well, I don't know if that's what we need. And then I go back and say, okay, so seeing what winning looks like every day, being close to your people, and then also having intentional reasons and ways to communicate won't help communication? No, I kind of see your point. I'm just saying I just don't know if that will help us. And here's what I'm realizing. A lot of people don't want to do it. They just don't want to do it. Why? Because it's hard. Human stuff, like the messy business of human stuff is really difficult. I remember when I won't even tell you who it is, but working at a company, they're really good with people stuff. They provide coaching, they provide help, they provide education programs, they provide all these things. And I even with all the programs, there were always still people problems. And I left that experience thinking, even with all the work, they still had people problems. And then I realized later on, no. They're fixing people problems, but once you fix one people problem, you have another people problem, meaning you're peeling back the layers of the onion, and that's just how it is. And I think most companies are like, hey, I don't even want to start peeling because I don't even want to know what the next layer is. If I just leave people ignorant and in the dark and kind of a stuffy culture, I don't have to deal with all this garbage. And I just realized, we have to do this people stuff. We have to get down into it, and we have to dig in, and we have to make sure that we are addressing these touchy-feely kind of topics like communication. So I just want to say, when it comes to huddling, we got to do it. When it comes to office spaces that have proximity, we got to do it. When it comes to having hard conversations, we got to do it. When it comes to talking to people and sharing and being transparent, we just have to do it. So that's my little intro for today. I do want to say that Elevate Construction, we do project recovery training and boot camps. In fact, the next superintendent boot camp is almost full. In fact, the next TACT certification training is almost full. I'm super excited about those things. So if you want, we also do business consulting and operational consulting for construction. If you have a question, want to attend a boot camp, or need help, please reach out to us. I would love to hear from you. I've got kind of a silly, what am I excited about in life thing today. I'm excited about getting a new computer. So sometimes when I use Microsoft Teams and I'm working with clients, I'm on a MacBook because as a small business owner, I don't want to deal with all of the antivirus stuff and having my systems get hacked. And Apple products are safer. And quite frankly, I think they're faster and better. And I just prefer using them. So that's just my personal opinion. If you haven't gotten yourself an iPhone or a watch and AirPods and a MacBook and plugged yourself into the Matrix, then you're missing out on it. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so basically, though, to run some of these programs through the internet with some of the high speed things that we do, it was slowing it down. It would slow down any computer. So all of you Windows users, stop giving me a hard time. But anyway, I ordered an actual like desktop, if you can call it that. It's basically a monitor, but it's a desktop. A really neat one. It's like 6 times the amount of processing speed and all this stuff. It's got all the bells and whistles, and it's beautiful. And I ordered some new AirPods with it, and the Magic Pad and a number of things. And I've been like jacked ever since I ordered that, because I just love having beautiful, wonderful things. Ooh, this ties in to our topic tonight. I didn't even realize I was doing that, but I just love beautiful things. I love remarkable things, and that computer is going to up our game at Elevate Construction. It's a normal price computer. Apple tends to be a little bit more expensive, but that enables us to better serve customers. And so I love that aspect of it. And I love the fact that I got some retail therapy there. So beautiful, beautiful stuff. I can't wait to open up the package. Let me talk, and that's going to tie into our topic tonight. So let me talk about fans and feedback. I got this from a longtime friend. I don't know if I can say his name, but he said, "Hey, buddy, great job you are doing out there. I want to get started with your tact information. I must say, I want to continue learning about it." And so I thought this was really neat. Lots of folks, you know what's funny is how many people behind the scenes have conversations about Elevate and the things we're doing in the content, and then I never even hear about it. And that's fine. It's kind of funny that the longtime friend, it's been about a year since we were doing anything together, and then I just find out that he's on his tact journey as well. So I love hearing about stuff like this. Here's some conflict. You're ignoring your environment. It's most of the battle won if you can get your environment where it needs to be. So I'll tell you a neat little introductory story here. There was a project up north of the 202 in Phoenix. It was the first one that I'd been on coming out to Phoenix. That was when I was working with Hensel Phelps. I won't say the name of the job. I don't know if I'm allowed to, but the job had like 15 buildings on it, and they were doing phase 1, and they had a water truck that was nicely maintained, and they had the water fill up station and all the gravel up to the trailers, and the decks were built out nicely, and they had the shade canopies, and they had all the trailers, and they had one specific trailer for all of the purchasing items. And I remember they had an actual purchasing agent that would purchase all the things for the site, and you went in there if you needed safety glasses or this or that or whatever, and it was beautiful. And the office spaces were really interactive. They had bullpens and nice visuals on the wall. And the logistics, they had buggies and specific pathways out. Anyway, I'm going to bore you with this story, but I talked to the general superintendent, and I was like, "This is amazing. Your logistics are amazing." And he just made the comment, just kind of smirked. I think we were going out to lunch. He was like, I just thought that's the way you did it." And if you knew who I was talking about, the GS, you'd know he's really top-notch superintendent, does a great job. And he mentored me quite a bit. So that got me started in the thought process of, we need to have remarkable logistics and interaction spaces. If you're sitting, meaning if you're on your way to work right now and you're going into a poop brown, old wall panel cover trailer that's dusty, disorganized, with papers everywhere, that's not clean, in a desk that's cluttered with a bunch of stuff, with literally no wall space, that's disorganized and barely functional for what you need. Why? Why are you doing that? You could totally live a cooler life. We got to get rid of those poop brown walls too. My goodness, those are stupid. So if I get one of those crappy trailers, I always paint the inside white, or I have them line it with that, what do you call that? The whiteboard wall paneling, or I just have them replace the paneling because I don't want to live in those kinds of environments. I like the newer trailers with that really nice kind of gray tone white wall space. But let me just read the principle here and talk to you about what we're talking about. And then I'll give some encouragement here. So design remarkable interaction spaces. A project runs well when everyone sees as a group, knows as a group, and acts as a group. This comes from interaction spaces such as gathering areas, visual signage, meeting rooms, office areas, gathering areas. Oh, I have gathering areas twice, and huddle areas. These should all be designed well. Here are the steps that should be followed. Let me see if I can number these instead of doing A, B, C, so I can give you them by number. Done. Okay, number 1, design an open office space with collaborative workstations in clusters. Open office spaces work. If you have a production pod available in conference room breakout rooms, they work. I was just period, they work. I know that there are lots of people, and introverted people are smarter than me, and there's no one better. Introverted, extroverted people are they're equally good, but you introverted people got to get out of your shells and realize that we're not wanting to optimize your individual work. We're wanting to optimize the throughput of communication through a team. And so we don't want resource efficiency, i.e. you. We want flow efficiency, or we want flow efficiency and resource efficiency. And that's why I really like open office spaces where you can have the flow efficient communication system, the environment, the team environment, and a little bit of resource efficiency and some breakout production pods. So when I go back to the research laboratory mentally, you come up to the gate. It's well maintained. All the parking spaces are all outlined and they're maintained. There's signage on the trailer. It's beautiful. You know where the emergency gathering area is. The traffic control is really nicely done. You come inside, you see the permit area. You see the government notices. To the right, there's a self-sustaining kitchen with snacks and really cool things. There's a breakout room that's labeled per the core values of the company or the job. To the left, beautifully clean bathrooms. The entryway, a really nice L-shaped desk with the office administrator there to welcome you, to help you with whatever you need. Go into the conference room. Conference rooms, there's 2 big computer screens, an L or a U-shaped chair setting with comfortable chairs, and on the walls you can see your tact plan, your weekly work planning boards. You can see your logistics maps, your roadblock tracking maps with plexiglass on them. Beautiful. There's a whiteboard plan table, diagonal plan table underneath a big screen where you can come up and reference the plans and look at the project dashboard. Throughout the trailer, there's signage that reminds us to be lean. There's a stand-up desk with plan table chairs where people's desks are. They're out in the open. There's a family wall over there. There's a right to know station. There's a kind of a war area with the sliding 3-week, 6-week look-ahead boards where we do all of our planning. Then you go out and you see the worker lunch area and the restrooms. You go out on site. Everything's pristine and beautifully clean. In fact, I just did a post on the Lean Tact YouTube site showing what a lean, clean, safe, and organized project looks like that also uses tact planning as a system. I highly recommend you go look at that. But that's what I'm talking about. We need to spend some time designing these trailers, these open offices. Number 2, create conference rooms in the office with optimal wall space that supports the project meeting system. If you want to prepare your job, you want to design a good job, design the wall space. Don't let it happen by happenstance. You design that to where it's an active information system. When I watched that video, This is Lean by Nicholas Modig, I highly recommend you do that. He shows a clip of a Japanese car retailer, and they have all of their wall space used for active visual systems so they can see what winning looks like daily. You need to design that before the wall space fills out. Don't put garbage up there. Don't let it happen. Make sure it's intentional. Number 3, design production pods in the office trailer. If somebody goes into that production pod, that little office, and they want to zone out, let them do it. Or if somebody's using or make a rule in your trailer, if somebody's got their AirPods, see, I worked on the Apple thing. If they have their AirPods in, don't mess with them. Let them do their production work. But the rest of the time, have that open office space, that communication, that collaboration. Number 4, design and build lunch and restroom areas in the trailer if possible. If not, do it in a tent. If not, do it in the building. Number 5, Create an orientation area that supports daily orientations with the supplies and resources. If you've got a specific conference room or a trailer where you do orientations, why not have the tests right there with the pens, with the stickers, with the little, what do they call them? I haven't used them in a long time. The flash drive with the video so you can plug it right into the TV. Why not have it all set up with all the visuals that you need, with examples of some of the things they'll see on site, with the pictures so they know how to interact with the site. Set yourself up a really nice orientation station. Create a worker huddle area. You'll also see that on the video that I posted on the Lean Tax site. Have an elevated platform. Have speakers out there with a karaoke machine or with a microphone or real nice speakers. Have a really nice designed day plan visual board so all the workers can see. Play music in the morning. We toured a job at Superintendent Boot Camp just the other day where we saw that in play, and it was really wonderful. Design entry and worker entry gates for site control. Everybody should queue into the site. I can't tell you how many accidents I've heard of where people come to work early and they shouldn't be there without other people and they get hurt. Workers should queue in, come to the worker huddle, prepare as a crew, and then go to work. They shouldn't be coming in early alone without people in an unsafe way. One of my favorite ideas, have a trailer and a deck area where deliveries drive up past the deck, and office and project engineers, as that truck is staging and they let somebody know that they're there, the office and project engineers can come out and do a material inspection right off the back of the truck and know where they're going before they go to get unloaded. I love that. I love that idea. Design parking systems for the project. Design smoking areas for the project. If you want to piss off workers, don't take care of their parking. Don't take care of their smoking areas. But if you want to win them over, go the extra mile with that. It'll go a long way. Design new traffic control. So I'm going to tell you one other thing. The traffic control should be brand new. The fencing should be brand new. And in fact, when a contractor puts up the fence, I'm like, I want the screen on the inside. I want all of the posts cut off at the same height. I want it to be straight. I want fence panels brand new. I want everything to look nice, because the way that you have your fence set up and your traffic control is a mental trigger for how the workers should treat the site and the level of excellence you expect. I have them rip down the fence if they don't install it right. We have to have remarkable spaces. Design project signage to be on brand and support wayfinding. Have it be simple, not too much, so that anybody can go through and follow the self-sustaining visual signage and logistics systems. The other thing is design and lay out a remarkable staging and logistics area where everything's mapped out. I also have a video of that on Lean Tact. Have your site logistics plan reviewed by the extended team and make sure that the planning of this is one of your top priorities. Here's what I can say. Happy teams are more productive. I learned that in Scrum training from Felipe Engineer. When you have a happy team in an environment that is self-sustaining, that really supports a good state of mind with visual, active information systems on the wall, where you can team with other people with proximity, know what winning looks like, and make decisions together and increase the throughput of communication. I mean, I'll close out with this. Everything on your job site should bring you joy. If everything in your trailer doesn't bring you joy, fix it, clean it, organize it, paint it. Everything should bring you joy. Everything in that trailer should be a mental indication of how you expect people to interact with your project site. If you do that, you will build a remarkable project. How you take care of your trailer and your interaction spaces and how you take care of your bathrooms is how the site will go. On we go.
Please join us next time in elevating the entire construction experience for workers, leaders, and companies coast to coast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to share with your construction colleagues and help us spread the word by rating, subscribing, and leaving a review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time on the Elevate Construction Podcast.